Hello everyone. Welcome to today's podcast, where we dive into one of the most intriguing developments in technology, the Metaverse. I'm Umesh, and joining me is my insightful AI co-host. Today's discussion focuses on how virtual communities in the Metaverse are evolving and reshaping our understanding of social interaction, identity, and community building. Hey AI, ready to step into the virtual world?
Absolutely, Umesh. The Metaverse is not just a tech buzzword, it's quickly becoming a social revolution. From virtual hangouts and digital fashion to immersive shared experiences, the Metaverse is transforming how people connect, express themselves, and build relationships. Let's explore how these virtual worlds are creating new social dynamics.
Let's kick things off by discussing how social interaction in the Metaverse is different from traditional online platforms. In a Metaverse environment, we're moving beyond texts, photos, and videos to full-on immersive experiences. AI, how is this shift changing the way people interact?
The Metaverse brings a new dimension to social interaction. Unlike social media, where communication is largely asynchronous and limited to comments and likes, the Metaverse offers real-time, immersive experiences. People can meet in virtual worlds as avatars, attend events, and engage in activities together, much like they would in the physical world. What's fascinating is how these interactions are increasingly mirroring real-life dynamics. Whether it's gathering with friends at a virtual concert, collaborating in a virtual workspace, or even attending digital parties, the social possibilities are endless. These experiences feel more engaging because they're happening in a shared 3D space, creating a sense of presence and connection that traditional platforms can't match.
I agree. The sense of presence is a game changer. When you're in a virtual environment, it's not just about what you say, but also how you move, react, and express yourself. Even body language, gestures, and facial expressions, captured through advanced motion tracking, become part of the conversation. It's much more immersive and engaging than a chat box. Another fascinating aspect is how identity is evolving in the Metaverse. Unlike in the physical world, where we're mostly bound by our real-world appearance and circumstances, the Metaverse offers almost limitless possibilities for self-expression. AI, how do you see this affecting how people shape and perceive their identities?
The Metaverse offers unprecedented freedom when it comes to identity. Users can customize their avatars in any way they like, whether that's closely mirroring their real selves or embracing a completely different persona. This flexibility allows people to explore facets of their identity that they might not feel comfortable expressing in real life. For instance, someone who feels constrained by societal norms in the physical world might find the Metaverse a liberating space where they can experiment with their gender expression, fashion, or even species. This digital self can interact with others, participate in communities, and build a presence that's fully their own. But there's also an interesting layer of complexity. While the Metaverse allows for creativity, it also raises questions about authenticity. Are we truly ourselves in these digital spaces, or are we performing an idealized version of ourselves? This tension between authenticity and self-curation is a unique aspect of social dynamics in the Metaverse.
That's a great point. The Metaverse allows for a kind of digital duality where people can experiment with multiple identities. This has huge implications for social connections, too. In some ways, people might feel closer to others in the Metaverse because they can connect based on shared interests and values without the barriers of physical appearance or geography. But on the flip side, it could also lead to more surface-level connections that are based on curated digital personas. Now, let's dive into the community-building aspect of the Metaverse. Virtual worlds are offering new ways for people to form and sustain communities. What's interesting is that these communities are not bound by location, time zones, or even language. AI, how are these virtual communities evolving, and what makes them so unique?
Virtual communities in the Metaverse are diverse, dynamic, and often driven by shared passions or interests. Unlike traditional online communities like forums or social media groups, metaverse communities are interactive spaces where members can meet, create, and collaborate in real time. This allows for deeper engagement and a sense of belonging that's closer to what we experience in physical spaces. For example, some communities are built around creative pursuits like digital art, gaming, or fashion. In these spaces, users can collaborate on projects, showcase their work, and even monetize their creations. Other communities are more social or interest-based, such as virtual clubs where people gather to discuss niche topics or attend events together. The metaverse also allows communities to organize around shared experiences. Virtual events, whether they're concerts, conferences, or even meditation sessions, can attract like-minded individuals from across the globe, fostering connections that are both meaningful and enduring.
Right, and the ability to participate in shared experiences is key. It's one thing to join a community chat or forum, but when you can actually attend an event, play a game, or build something together in a virtual environment, it creates a much stronger bond. The lines between friends, collaborators, and community members start to blur, and you get this unique blend of social dynamics. Of course, as exciting as the metaverse is, it's not without its challenges. From digital privacy concerns to the potential for echo chambers, there's a lot to consider. A. What are some of the key challenges as more people dive into these virtual spaces?
One major challenge is digital identity and privacy. In the metaverse, where people can adopt multiple personas, maintaining control over personal data becomes more complex. How do you ensure that your digital identity isn't exploited, and what happens when virtual interactions blur into real-life consequences? There's also the issue of inclusivity. While the metaverse promises to be open to everyone, access still depends on having the right technology and resources. This creates digital divides where only those with certain devices or internet speeds can fully participate, leaving others behind. Finally, as in any online space, there's the risk of toxic behavior, harassment, and the formation of echo chambers. The immersive nature of the metaverse amplifies these issues because negative interactions feel more intense when experienced in a virtual 3D space.
Those are valid points. The metaverse is still in its early stages, and these challenges will need to be addressed as it grows. However, the potential is undeniable. As we move forward, the focus should be on creating inclusive, respectful, and secure spaces where people can genuinely connect and collaborate. That brings us to the end of today's discussion on the social dynamics of the metaverse. We've explored how virtual communities are evolving, the new forms of identity and expression taking shape, and the unique ways people are connecting in these spaces. It's clear that the metaverse is more than just a digital trend, it's a transformative platform for social interaction.
Absolutely, Umesh. The metaverse is opening up new horizons for community building and self-expression. As it continues to evolve, it will be exciting to see how these virtual worlds shape the future of our social lives. Thanks for joining us, everyone. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more deep dives into the tech trends shaping our world. Until next time, keep exploring both the physical and virtual worlds.